Welcome to Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammi, a podcast that showcases people you may not know who are choosing to use their gifts to inspire and move the planet.
Thank you so much for joining us on Straight Out of Savannah, Talking with Tammi, with my guest, Tasha Champion. I am so grateful that she has decided to grace my platform with her presence. She is such an amazing young lady. She has awesome things going on, and she's going to tell you all about them. Take it away, Tasha.
Oh, gosh. Thank you, Tammi, so much for having me on as a guest. I really appreciate the opportunity. So as Tammi said, my name is Tasha Champion. I am the Shenomenal Coach, always teaching you to love the champion you are. And I say that because there is truly a champion inside of all of us. And I want to support women in bringing that champion forward, loving all of you, loving your flaws, loving your greatness, being bold and fierce, understanding that you are valuable, worthy, because you, my love, you are phenomenal. And you have to know that for yourself. And that's just really important to me. I am also a 2-time best-selling author. My newest book is Shenomenal Women. So you guys are more than welcome to grab a copy of that on my website, shenomenal.com. And it's all about women who have overcome life's most challenging times, women who made a way. They gave up their excuses because they got tired of living in that same cycle of hurt and disappointment. So away with the excuses. What do I need to do to overcome these challenging odds? And many of them had to stand in their pain again. Many of them had to journey back to where the pain started and just really bring forth that journey of healing. So if you're out there listening and you realize you're one of these women who are stuck, or actually who feel stuck in that cycle of hurt or heartache, disappointment, you've been through some things, whether it's molestation, addiction, abandonment, a really tough divorce, there's a story in here that you can definitely resonate with. But more importantly, what we do inside this book is give you the tools and the ways, like what was our awakening moment? Like what woke us up to say, I cannot live like this anymore? And how did we journey out of that pain? And where are we today? So the Shenomenal woman in me honors all of you Shenomenal women, no matter what you've been through, because you're still bold, you're still powerful, you are still Shenomenal.
Wow. I'm almost speechless, and that is very rare. But that is so powerful because so many women need this. I mean, I feel like your doors ought to be like, people ought to be banging down your doors, because that work that you're doing is amazing. And I know that it's helpful to women. So tell us a little bit about how you came to this place.
Whoa. Look, let me journey back. So it was December 31st, 2014. And I was lying in bed and I got this nudge that was like, your life has to change. And I woke up and I'm like looking around and I'm like, okay, nothing's moving. And so I lay back down, and like I tell people, God tells me everything twice. And so I felt it again, like your life has to change. And I'm like, what does that mean? And it's like, if you are planning on ever having something different in life, you got to make the biggest change. And that is to love yourself the way that you give and love everybody else. I was that person, that woman, that mom that was walking around, big smile on my face, high energy, all of that. But on the inside, I was weeping and crying and trying to figure out who was Tasha, without the titles, without mom, without sister, without, oh, she's my friend, but who is Tasha? And that was something that I could not answer. And I prayed and I asked God, help me. What am I supposed to do? And he sent me to my life coach, and I reached out to her. We started working together, and I started to acknowledge who I am. I started to own the truth of how I got to that point in my life, which meant that I also had to acknowledge the part that I played in the agony, the part that I played in where I stood, because we sometimes want to always place blame. Oh,
Yes.
this person did this to me. This person did this to me. But
Yes.
what did you do? And so I needed to be truthful with that part. And as I took that journey to really just peel back the onion, which meant that I was going through a lot of tears. But once I peeled back the onion and got through the tears, I was able to then peel back the artichoke and discover my heart, and discover that I was this beautiful soul that, and it had something to share with the world. And what I knew, even before, I became a life coach, before I did anything else, I just knew I wanted women who felt how I felt before to feel how I feel right now. And I just asked God, like, open a door for me. Let me know what it is I need to do, how I need to do it, because I want women to feel what this freedom is really like. And
Yes.
That's really how I started that journey of changing my life. And God ordered my steps to be able to help other women change.
That's powerful. So it sounds like it was a journey of self-love for you.
Oh my gosh.
Like you had to begin to really embrace all of who you are and all of you.
Absolutely.
Because what I learned over the years is that a lot of times as women, we don't embrace all of us, and we are so busy dealing with everybody else. We're dealing with our kids, we're dealing with our husband, we're dealing with our parents, we're dealing with our friends even, but we are not, embracing all of us and loving us. And also forgiveness is so key to that, because I've talked to people and had clients and I've said, hey, you need to forgive yourself. I said, now you've forgiven him or her or whoever, in your life that you felt hurt you or whatever, but you didn't forgive yourself. Because a lot of times we don't forgive ourselves for, making the decisions that we made or being with the people that we were with, because there are oftentimes signs in relationships. And I'm not even talking about just love relationships. I'm talking about all kinds of relationships. But there are signs that tell us, take a right at Albuquerque.
And we still make a left.
That bridge. Yeah, right, you still make a left. Don't go across that bridge and you still go across it. And so I think that there's a place inside of us where we hold ourselves so hard and we place all that blame, not only just even on other people, but on ourselves. And so what would you say to a woman, because I know that you've dealt with them, that is in that space that is saying, I shouldn't have, stayed with him, or I should have left him a long time ago, or, I should have made that right instead of that left, and they're feeling all this guilt and and it's hard to get past, that when they're feeling all this guilt. What would you say to a woman?
First of all,
or a man.
So first of all, the first thing that you really have to understand is everything that you've gone through still plays a part in where you are today. And where you are today is really just, a bag of decisions that we've made prior to today. So if you can just acknowledge for a moment, okay, I made that decision back then. And understand you may have made that decision based on what you saw growing up. You may have made that decision based on what you thought was the right thing to do. You may have made that decision because you were too afraid to step outside of yourself and be like, you know what? I'm not going to deal with this. Whatever it is, whatever decision you made, it is okay. Because the day that you decide, I want something different for myself, that becomes your most powerful day, because you took that first step in just admitting I need a change.
Yes.
And then you take that next step what is that change? What is it going to look like? And ask. Now, I'm a person, I don't care whether you believe in God, Mother Earth, universe, whatever you call your higher power.
Yes.
That's what you have to turn to and say, okay, I need to make a change. What is my next step?
Yes.
And if you just allow yourself the space to be free in that, the answer will come. It'll come in a billboard driving down the street. It'll come on a commercial. It'll come on a song. But you have to be open and ready to receive those answers, because that is really going to change the course of you. And understand that some of that is going to be painful. You're going to have to admit some truths to yourself that you may not be prepared for. But if you allow yourself to just slowly unpack it, baby, that life is going to change, and it's just going to free you up so that God, love, Mother Earth, whatever you want to call it, can fill those spaces with the right things that you deserve as a person, as a woman, as a man, whatever. That's what you got to do.
That is so powerful, and that is so real. Whew, that almost got my stomach just, got a little bit of little butterflies in it, because just listening to that is like, oh my God. You know what I mean? It's almost like, I wish we could just shout it from the rooftops, so that women can hear that. Because do you find that as you work with, especially women, because, we're women, but as you work with women, do you find that that seems to be a difficult transition for them?
I mean, it always is, because we're born into a society that places blame. We're born into a society that says, oh, this person shouldn't have done that to you. But what part did you play? When you accepted this behavior the first time, you okayed the behavior for the second time.
Yes.
And when you accepted it the second time, you okayed it for the third time.
Yes.
So you have to really be ready to be truthful with yourself. And if you're not ready to be truthful, you're not ready for change.
Yes.
The truth is not always pretty. It's just always worth it.
Yes. That is real talk, because it's like, I think always about the movies, because I don't know about you, but I get things from movies. I get things from music, especially. And I always think about that movie where they said, you can't handle the truth.
Oh, was it The Firm?
No, it wasn't The Firm. It was another Tom Cruise.
I know which one you're talking about.
A Few Good Men.
Yes. Yeah. No, I think it was The Firm.
The Firm said that too?
I don't know. It's one of, listen, it's
I'm
one
telling
of
you, I'm looking at Jack. I'm looking at Jack sitting in that stand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was A Few Good Men, because he was doing the trial, remember? Yep. And he was sitting in the stand. I can see that. I'm visual too, girl. Yeah.
Got you. Like, I can see where he said it. I just can't remember the name. Yes.
Yes, girl. I was like, that was so real.
Mm-hmm.
And so many people are just like that. They can't even handle the truth. The truth is right there in your face, and you can't handle it.
Or they only want to handle the truth that they're willing to accept.
Oh, yes. That's another one. Yes, exactly. So you don't want to accept this truth, but you want to accept this truth, or you want to take this little piece of the truth and not the rest of it.
Right.
And it's like, okay. So now when you work with clients,
mm-hmm.
How does that translate when you're dealing with them, when you notice that they can't handle the truth, or they're not ready to face the truth? What does that look like in terms of your coaching for them?
Number one, I have to come from a very intuitive and spiritual place in any coaching that I'm doing. And before I even begin a coaching session, I always ask God, that is who my higher power is.
Yes.
Allow me to simply be a vessel.
Yes.
Because in this moment, it's not about me. It's not about the coaching that I can do. It's not about the things that I know I can say. But in this moment, I just need to be the vessel of what this person needs from me. And that's it. And so once I do that, it really allows me to come from a very open, intuitive place, to the point
mm-hmm.
that if they say something and I'm like, I can feel inside myself that ain't all it, then that just means that we got to go deeper. And what I always have to be mindful of, and sometimes this is hard because when you're feeling something, you just want to like let this person know, like, hey, wait a minute, I'm seeing this or I'm seeing that, but that's not always the right time.
Yes.
And so I have to allow the space for that person to go as far as they can. And sometimes they're going to get to a place where that resistance is going to come in. And we can work past that resistance, but some of them, it may not be okay in that moment. And if it's not, I need to respect that. But when they're really ready for change, they'll push past it.
So you basically you meet them where they are.
I do.
And then you allow them to basically throw out the lifeline.
Exactly.
That's what it sounds like. Yeah. That's awesome, because I know that that's real. And in some coaching programs, they do differently, and this is what I noticed is when people are intuitive and you're getting intuitive guidance, it's so much better, just because, it's not a cookie cutter thing. Because I don't know if you've taken a coaching program before. Have you? I have as well. And it's like some of the things I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. That doesn't feel good to me. It is not aligned for, where I'm trying to take this person or whatever. I'm not doing that, and I know that we all have to find our way.
You do.
And be comfortable with it,
Do. And when I first, took my coaching program and I got my certification, I was so focused on doing it the way that I learned inside the program.
Yes.
Like, am I asking enough questions? Am I going deep enough? Am I doing this? But the problem is that I felt very disconnected from coaching because of that.
Yes.
And I prayed about it. I talked to one of my coach friends about it. And it was like, just be yourself.
Yes.
Just be yourself, because everybody that is meant to work with me is going to come to me.
Yes.
You're meant to work with somebody that is going to like bullet point everything that they learned inside their coaching program. You're going to find that person for yourself. But for me, yes, I'm going to use some of the skills and things that I've learned inside of my coaching program. But my goal is to make sure that if this is the person that I'm in front of, what am I feeling? What am I knowing? What is my spirit guiding me to do and say, and how to work with this person? What exercises do I need to do with this person? Because whoever is sitting in front of me, they're ready for a different life. They're ready for healing. And that's what I do. I can't focus on the type of coaching that I was taught. I am focusing on, where are you? Where do you want to go? And how willing are you to really get there?
Yes. That is powerful. And that is so real, because just like you said, people will reach out. And I've experienced that myself, especially when you give, what do they call them? Connection calls, free connection calls, or
like
whatever.
The discovery calls. Yeah.
Yeah. You give those, and then people will reach out, and sometimes they'll reach out and they'll be like, oh, well, they want a magic pill, or they want the red or the blue pill.
Nope.
And no, there's no red or blue pill. There is, and you can take those, but that ain't got nothing to do with this.
No, well, the problem is we've become such a microwave society.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
God, yes.
We want everything super quick.
Yes.
All the time. Like I have 3 boys, and one son wants anything that is going to be able to go in a microwave and be done in 30 seconds. My other son, he will just cook. And then I have one that's right in the middle. The one that will cook, guess what? His food is so much better. We cannot continue to believe that true healing comes from a microwave. Stop thinking that it's like, you didn't get to this pain in 30 seconds. You're not going to get out of this pain in 30 seconds.
Yes. If you think about it, it's like, even like I used to work mental health at one time. And mental health is still my jam. I still like it. But mental health, they'll throw a pill at everything. Well, they'll do that in regular health too, but they'll throw a pill at everything.
Right. They do.
Instead of trying to get to the root of what is causing this, trying to find out why this is happening.
Yep.
But then you're having this anxiety. Here, take this pill. You're depressed. Here, take this pill. And so I'm like, no, that is not this.
Right.
We have to take some time and, just like you said, peel back the layers of the onion and uncover some things and then also deal with them. So it's like that work you're doing is going to be powerful. I mean, I can see, I don't know, it's almost like I can see really, really, really big things for you. And I'm looking at wondering if you are doing this in a corporate environment.
I have not. I'm not disconnected from it. I just have not done that yet. And I say yet because I need to leave myself open for those possibilities.
Yes.
But no, I have not gone out into the corporate world, private one-on-one, or if you're a person
Not
that's
even
like
that. I mean, what I'm seeing for you is even like master classes for corporate, like something on a larger scale where you could even, do it on Zoom and, send it over to them, they can come on. And this is what I'm seeing. It's like, I don't know, for some reason, I was like, I don't know if she's doing that, but
I receive it though. And
hey,
I receive that. Yes.
I'm looking at you and I'm like, when has she's done that? Because I can see that, because that would be, because the thing about it is, I think this pandemic has opened up so many things for us.
It has.
It's been crazy. Yeah. But I think it's really opened up some things, and really some things I believe is just going to transition.
Yes.
So I think that's one of the things where, we can reach people from anywhere that we are in the planet, on Zoom or go to meeting or whatever it is that you decide to use, Microsoft, whatever, Teams, all kinds of things. But it looks like, that is an area that I can see you going into.
Thank
Just
you.
opening up this thing and yeah, because you don't realize, oh, well, you do. I was like, how much this is going to impact like the world, because people need this.
They do. They do.
Because if you think about it, even in corporate and jobs now, jobs are not what they used to be. I mean, you can't get a job and stay on a job 30 years no more.
No.
They don't even want you to, because they don't want to pay your damn retirement.
And a lot of companies now are actually incorporating wellness.
That's what I'm saying. I actually listened to a thing the other night with Miss Blue on YouTube.
Okay.
And she was talking about how they're getting ready. We're going to look up. We're in this time of jumping timelines, where we're going to start to look up, and we're seeing like already they're having like Reiki practitioners in Japan in the hospitals. So it's going to start to become global, where they'll have healers before they do surgeries. And sometimes they won't have to do the surgeries. And they're going to be looking for wellness practitioners, people doing stuff in all kinds of areas, in all these corporate, places. And they'll be doing like people can get maybe like a 12-month astrological reading or something like that. And companies are going to start paying for that.
Wow. It's important. It's really important. I have one of my business coach friends. She does the human design.
Oh, girl.
Every person needs to do a human design reading, even if it's just at the basic level.
Yes.
Where you're not going into, like all of the connectors, but if you just have a basic, and then also have one, if you're in a relationship, have one with your significant other, because that human design and knowing that, and then if you just want to go a little bit deeper, do the human design as a couple, and then add in the 5 languages of love as a couple, your relationship will go to the next level. It's really important to connect to who you are and understand that you are a whole spirit. You are a whole body of energy. And sometimes it shifts and sometimes it changes. Life things, you have a baby, that might change your energy. You get a new job, that can shift you differently. So you have to be very mindful with, how do I receive information? How does my body process information? How do I, expand myself? And you're not going to always get that from going to work or just talking to girlfriends or talking to your male friends, whatever. You got to get with some people that are going to take you to that deeper level within you, that's deep inside of you. And if you can do that, oh my God, endless possibilities. You're going to find out just how powerful you really are.
Yes, that's that is fire, because that is exactly the journey that most people have to take. Because it's like we talked about before we came on, you have people that just fall off from you.
Right.
You know, I had friends fall off from me that were 20 years, you know, we were in. And it's like, just not aligned. Can't do it no more.
You
know,
can't.
because I'm going here, you're going here, and that's fine. I still love you. You know, but I just can't do it because I'm going here. I actually had a human design, like a mini reading just done. Girl, I'm actually re-listening to it again because it was so much fire in that. And I was like, oh my God, you know, and it's just so accurate. And that's just the part that just got me. So I really wanted to dive deeper into that myself. But I told the girl, I said, I want to do it. I said, but I can't do it right now. I said, because I've been so learning so much stuff. And like, I've been doing crystal healing, learning that. I said, and I've been just on this journey where, you know, I've been learning different modalities and things like that. And it's like, right now, my head feel like it's going to explode. I said, I feel like I've been in university and I probably got a master's degree by now.
Yeah, which means that right now you just get to absorb it, like allow it to work through you, work in you. And then when it's time for you to go to that next level and learn something new, the universe, God will guide you. But right now, if your head is feeling full, it's like, okay, now I get to just really absorb. I get to just acknowledge the love and the greatness that's inside of me. I get to utilize myself. And then when it's time, you're going to go right on back and say, okay, next level, where are we going?
Yes, exactly. It's like integration, you know. It's like you're at a place where you're integrating and it's it feels good. And then also, like I said, for me, I've just been at this place where when I began to see a lot of my brothers and sisters, I say from 45 to 60 dying, that hit me so hard. And I was like, I got to do something. And then, you know, of course, Spirit is speaking to me and telling me, you know, this is why I made you a healer and all these things. And I was like, yeah, so, you know, so show me what to do to help my people. I said, because, you know, it's indiscriminate how it's happening. I don't know if you've noticed, but I thought about like DMX, you got Black Rob, and then you got, what's his name, Shock G, from 50 to 57. There's something wrong with that.
Very.
Something is wrong with that. And I looked at some of my friends that I've had, you know, some of my friends didn't make it to my age, dead. And I was like, that's not right. You know, there's got to be something going on. And I know that so much of it is that people are so stressed out in that generation. And then I know also that we are the ones that we've been taking care of our own kids and stuff and letting them stress us out. You know, it's like they're already grown. You've already helped them, raise them. You know, you helped them through college or whatever. But these kids are coming home and then they don't want to work. And I've seen so many. And I'm like, I told one girl, I said, them kids are going to kill you because you didn't already work and raise them. Right. So now it's time for them to grow up and do, you know, what they're supposed to do and live their life, you know, but it's so much of that. And I know that that is a part of what, you know, people are going through. Now that's not to say that if you have like, you know, a handicapped child or something like that, that's different. I'm talking about these kids that grow up, go to college, and then they get out and they say, oh, I can't find a job, you know, whatever it is I went to college for. Well, you better find a job in something.
Yeah, but that's also about honoring yourself.
Oh, like, yeah, true.
You know, if you're a mom or a dad and you letting your kids, you know, come back without a plan, then where are the boundaries that you set for yourself? Like if this was the time that, hey, all the kids are out the house, we're empty nesters, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. It's okay to let your child come back home with a plan. Right. You know, you guys sit down and talk about that plan and then revisit. Hey, how are you doing with that? You know, let's have a 90-day check-in. Where are you? Where can I be of more support for you? Right. Emotional, spiritual, mental support, not necessarily financial. But when you honor your own boundaries, it makes other people respect your boundaries. Because there are some kids that will say, no, I can't go back home. My mama ain't playing that. You know why? Because mama has said, we're done. Yeah. You say, I am one of those moms. So you got to honor yourself and
love them. Love them to pieces.
Yeah, but that's it. And this is where we get to honor ourselves and say, I am the priority here.
Right. But we're not doing that in this generation, in our age group. That's what I was saying. We're not doing it. We're not honoring ourselves, and it's killing us.
Yeah.
Because I was like, something has got to give. I was like, I don't know what this is about. Because my mom said to me, because my kids, they all left home. So my daughter was 19 when she left home. And you know why she left home? Because I said to her, she was working and going to school. And I said, listen, I need about $250 a month from you, to live here.
Mm-hmm.
Not asking you to buy groceries, not asking you to do anything else. $250 a month. I said, because it was me and her. And my son was actually getting ready to go in the military. He went in the military, girl, at 17.
Wow.
He graduated from high school and he left for the military 2 weeks later. Like right before I think he turned 18 in the military. So I was like, it's going to be us. I was like, and I just need some help. I said, because I'm tired. I've been working, like a fool and make sure everybody has everything. I said, and I need some help. I said, and I just need $250 a month. I thought that was fair. This girl says, well, if I'm going to have to pay, then I just need to get my own place. And I thought, well, where are you going to get your own place for $250?
Right.
But being the good mom I was, I helped her, paid her a security deposit, made sure she found a decent place, where she wasn't going to get raped and all these kind of things, nice area and stuff, and helped her get in and everything. And I think I paid the pet deposit so she could take her dog. And yeah, so that was that. But, and my mom was almost like, I can't believe you let them kids grow. And I was like, that's what they're supposed to do. They're not supposed to live here forever.
Right.
It's not a life sentence.
But I think some of us it's so embedded in us that even just dating back into Black women having slave owners, we took care of their children. We also took care of the men that were being outside beaten. We also took care of the slave owner himself. So yes. It's like that transcends like generations. It just goes from one to another until someone says, hold on, it is not my responsibility to take care of everyone. It's my responsibility to take care of me and love me first. And so I think as generations start to change, we're going to start seeing that a lot more, because we're coming into a place where women are learning, like, hold on, there's boundaries. I get to honor myself. I get to honor my space. I love you. Just because you got to go does not mean I love you any less. I'm going to still be here to support you, all of that. But we have to take off of our shoulders that the responsibility of taking care of others is ours. And then not only that, putting us at the bottom of the totem pole of who we take care of. So we got to let that off of our shoulders first.
That's absolutely true. All right, so we're going to wrap this up. I have enjoyed this so much. Oh my God, Tasha, this has been so real. We definitely have to collaborate on something else, because I have really enjoyed it.
Of course.
But just let everyone know where to find you, and if you have any last words.
Of course. So a number of things. Number one, please visit Shenomenal.com. And in the upper left corner, you can click order the book. And what will happen is it'll take you to a page of all of my co-authors, because this is an anthology book. You might even recognize someone but ordering the book from one of the co-authors, you'll get their name on the book. You're going to get their signature. Yes, it's available on Amazon, but if you can support individually the authors, then let's please try to do that. We also just launched yesterday. It's called the Amelia Project. Amelia Joy was an 18-year-old young girl who unfortunately took her life. She had aged out of the foster care system and got to a place where she just felt alone and by herself. And so our goal is to get Shenomenal women into the hands of young girls that are aging out of the foster care system, so that they can have tools on healing and being able to understand that where they come from has no bearing on where they can go. So awesome. In reading Shenomenal Women, you understand, like, oh my God, these women, they dealt with this and they dealt with that, but look where they are today. And so we want to just inspire and encourage these young girls to know that everything that they do in them. Absolutely. So Shenomenal Women, I know it's a little bit, I think I got lost in there. There we go. Shenomenal Women. Again, it's available on Amazon, but please get it from Shenomenal.com. So where can you guys find me? Obviously, of course, Shenomenal.com, but on Instagram, I am the Shenomenal Coach. And on Facebook, you can find me at just Tasha Champion. It's my face and my book, so you'll know it's me. And then I am just getting ready to launch the Shenomenal Glow Tribe. So it'll be a Facebook group for women to come together and network and have beautiful discussions of support. Just a place where you can feel safe, you can feel vulnerable, because what we do inside that space is going to be sacred under a sisterhood of love and support. So those are the ways that people can find me. And what I love most is doing healing work. So I love when women bring me into their home for, like, you know, like a girlfriend's day, and we do yoga and meditation. And I do Reiki and card readings, and we just have a beautiful time of connecting to ourselves with our girlfriends. So I am available for that. It's a really fun time amongst girlfriends, and that's what I do.
That is so powerful. I'm so super excited. Yeah, I didn't even know a lot of that about you, but that is just so amazing to me, because I felt your spirit even through the when you schedule, and that's new for me. But I've been able to just be able to pick up on the energy even in, writing and stuff like that. And that's phenomenal to me. And that book is going to be fire. Matter of fact, I'm gonna have to grab me a copy. But I think it's just, and just even the Amia Joy project, that was just, to me, that's amazing. Are you guys doing it nonprofit, or how are you doing it?
We are doing it not nonprofit just yet, but 100% of the proceeds they purchase books, period. So when you go to Shenomenal.com, you'll see on the right side, it says the Amelia Project. And whether you want to, pay $20 for one book, or you want to buy 5 books, or however many you want to buy, 100% of the proceeds goes towards getting this book into the hands of young girls, because it's so important. All of us were younger when the stories that we tell were really from our younger selves.
Yes.
So I need those girls to know that, we weren't in our 30s and 40s doing this. This
Right.
is when we were younger. So we understand where you are. And I don't want you to feel like you're the only person going through this. I don't want you to feel alone.
Right.
And all of the book has a way to contact each co-author. So if we have a young woman that resonates with one of the stories, you have a way to contact that author and just maybe connect with her. And I promise I have the best co-authors ever. And they are all here just to really inspire the women of the world.
That is so powerful, girl. I could talk to you for probably another hour. We're not going to
We have to do it again so we can.
Yes, absolutely. Because this has been just fire. I mean, I'm just digging all the things that you're doing. I mean, it's just so inspiring to me, because every time I do an interview, I get inspired by the things that people are doing. And I'm so grateful for that.
Yes.
I and I laugh because I say, I ask God to send me those people, and I even say, if you're doing something and you're changing the planet, come on, because that's what people need to hear. And people need to see that. And they need to see that, we're real people doing that, and I love the fact that, you connect with women and you do the healing work as well. Because a lot of times I notice people will do the coaching work, but sometimes people need healing as well.
They do. You got to be open to it. And the good thing
Yes.
about it is that at the end of August, I am doing a self-care, self-love retreat. So it's going to be all about connecting to your inner self, just honoring yourself as a woman, honoring your fierceness, honoring your flaws, honoring your greatness. And it's one of my favorite things to do, because I love when I can have a woman just go deep in her own self-love, or to activate her self-love. So I'm doing a retreat at the end of August. Again, Shenomenal.com will give you more information.
That is so awesome. All right. So thank you so much for joining me, Tasha. It has been fabulous and phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, I'm rarely ever speechless, but you got me speechless. I was like, she got me speechless. That rarely happens. But I'm super excited and grateful that you decided to grace my stage with your presence. And I just want to thank you because, I mean, from the bottom of my heart, just hearing the things that you're doing for women and, men and whoever you work with, I can see that it's going to be an amazing transformation when you're done with them.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I receive it. And
I'm super excited.
The opportunity.
Yeah, no worries. And I'm super excited just to see where you go from here. And like I said, I can see you doing the corporate, workshops or retreats or even down to where they have you on the payroll.
Let's do it. Yes.
You know what I mean? As far as, okay, she's going to come in and help, you need to talk to somebody, or it's going to help you to, jump timelines. Going to help you to go to another level. So come on in and talk to Tasha, or here's her Zoom link or whatever, and we'll give her $10,000 a month to talk to 20 people or something.
Yes. and I would love that. It's such a joy for me. It's such a joy. So yes, that is something that I would absolutely love to do, and I am open, definitely open. So I receive your message with an open heart. And
so it is.
And so it is. It is done. It is well.
Yes, it is. What did they say? I say. All right. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me on Straight Out of Savannah, talking with Tammi. My guest Tasha has been amazing. Make sure that you follow her. Her links and everything will be in the description of the video or the audio, whichever you encounter. So you'll be able to connect with her if you are looking for someone that is amazing, that is going to help you to transition, to move from one level to another level, to allow you to be able to peel back the onions of your life, the layers of your life in like an onion, so that you can transition and move into where God is calling you, or the universe or source, or whatever it is, the God of your understanding that you believe. So again, thank you so much for joining me on Straight Out of Savannah, talking with Tammi. Bye now.
I know you've been blown away with the amazing value here today. Now go out and inspire the planet. And be sure to send us a message when you're ready to come talk about it on Straight Out of Savannah, talking with Tammi.